From a free kick that immortalized a hated footballer to a stunner from 30 yards from the GOAT that still couldn't top the list. These are the 10 craziest free kicks in football history. And first up, this dude's stunner made him become the most expensive player in football history. In 2017, Barcelona faced PSG in the Champions League round of 16 first leg, knowing they needed a miracle to qualify. See, they got trashed 4-0 in Paris, and no one had ever come back from a 4-goal defeat in the competition. So everyone thought it was over for Barca. But one guy was determined to keep his team in the competition: Neymar. As soon as the game kicked off, Neymar hit another level. And right after dropping assist for his teammates to make it 3-0, Barca won a free kick just outside the box. With Messi in the team, everyone was expecting him to take it. Neymar was feeling super fly that evening. So when he took the ball off Messi and placed it down on the spot, confusion set in, and the place went quiet. The balls to take a free kick off Messi is insane, but Neymar ain't no slouch, and as soon as he hit it, he had the no camp going nuts. Hot bins, baby! Insane stuff. Last angle free kicks like that get my pulse racing, man. Just like Dimitri Payet in 2016, when he was still ruling the streets. In his peak, Dimitri Payet was prime Barclays, man. I mean, seriously, he had dudes like me willing to bust ankles just to pull off the stuff he did on match days. And when it came down to dead balls, Payet was top shelf, literally. Throughout his career, Payet hit a couple of golazos, but nothing comes close to his insane goal against Crystal Palace from just outside the area. The angle looked way too close to take a shot from there, and with his teammates around the box, it looked like the short pass was on. But it's Dimitri Payet. I should have known as soon as he struck this. Man, I've watched this more than 100 times and get goosebumps every single time. Payet made it dip, but Marcus Rashford? A homeboy made it swerve. In 2020, Marcus Rashford and his team faced Chelsea in the FA Cup with both teams looking to qualify. The game was tense. And to be honest, there wasn't much excitement in this one. But all of that was about to change. As soon as United got a free kick from miles out, it was so far that instead of a standard 4-man wall, Chelsea only used 3 dudes at the back to defend this one. Big mistake, man, because Marcus Rashford had already taken aim. And as soon as he let it rip, it was an instant classic. Knuckleball swerve. Watching this one now, I'm sure Marcus Rashford had been watching videos of the GOAT, CR7, and his free kick in 2009 when he was shooting missiles in North London. Back in his first spell at United, Ronaldo was part of the United team that faced Arsenal in the Champions semi-finals of 2009. And both teams knew what was at stake: win and get a ticket to the final. For United, everyone knew who the danger man was: CR7. So whenever he got the ball, the Arsenal team had players detailing him. And this one time, United won a foul closer to the halfway line than it was to the goal, and people were stunned when they saw Ronaldo lining up to take it. It looked too far, man. Arsenal only had 2 players in the wall, 40 yards out. But Ronaldo loaded up his RPG and sent a missile straight into North London territory. Straight out of COD. Ronaldo's a specter. Watching this missile go in is crazy. But I guess sometimes you don't have to hit it that hard. All you gotta do is finesse and fool opponents, like Kevin De Bruyne. Genius, man. Can't price that. When it comes to smart free kicks, De Bruyne's alright. This OG back in the day had one of the best teams in the world on a chokehold in football's biggest event. England versus Brazil in the 2002 World Cup quarterfinal was hyped to the max. The English team had ballers like Beckham, Scholes, and Lampard. And for Brazil, it was the Samba squad at its peak, with dudes like Ronaldinho, R9, and Rivaldo. And with talent like this, most people would have been expecting a really tough match. But all it took was 3 minutes for Ronaldinho to set this one on fuego. Brazil won a free kick in the English half, and as Ronaldinho stood over this one, it looked for all the world like he was going to cross. But kinda feels like everyone forgot he's Samba. these guys move different. And once he saw the goalie, David Seaman, off his line, it was game over. Seaman was stunned. Brazilian Samba magic on full flow. Crazy thing is, Ronaldinho ain't the only Brazilian on the list with insane free kick ability. Roberto Carlos hit a free kick so good, scientists were holding world conferences trying to figure out what they just seen. Brazil versus France in the Tournoi de France in 1997. And minutes after the game kicked off, Brazil won a free kick almost 40 yards away from goal. With the distance being that far, I bet no one in the stadium believed anyone would be dumb enough to have a go from there. But Roberto Carlos is Brazilian. And just like Ronaldinho minutes back, these dudes defy logic. He had a long run-up in motion, and what happened next was unexplainable. Man, the swerve on that ball is crazy, man. So crazy that scientists from Spain and Brazil met with data analysts from around the world, trying to understand the physics behind Carlos's goal. But if I'm being honest, Carlos was kinda doing it in a friendly. When Messi had a golazo from over 30 yards, it was in the freaking Champions League. Barcelona versus Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final first leg. Lionel Messi was chasing an incredible record. See, at the time, Messi was on 698 goals for Barca, meaning the next 2 goals he scored for the club were going to take him 700. 1,000 more off my Sunday League record. But seriously, man, Messi was different gravy that evening. After Barca scoring his first, make the game 2-0, and have him on 699, no one dared to leave. Because, at this point, Messi was 1 goal away from making history. And right after winning a foul off Joe Gomez from 30 yards out, Messi placed the ball down. The stadium went silent, man. You could hear a pin drop. Messi had the iconic pose locked in, took a deep breath, and produced pure magic. Imagine hitting your 700th career goal with a free kick from 30 yards. Can't even write that stuff up. Messi's goal hit one of the biggest milestones of his career. But David Beckham's dead ball hit one of the biggest milestones of his life. Coming into the final 2002 World Cup qualifier against Greece, England's captain, David Beckham, had the pressure turned up to the max. There was no way England could fail to qualify for the World Cup, man, meaning they had to get at least a point to be sure of qualification. But in the final minutes of the game, they were losing 1-0, and no one could believe it. The fans knew that if the team didn't score now, they weren't going to the World Cup. And once David Beckham got a free kick in the perfect position outside the box, this mission became personal. 4 years back, Beckham got sent off in the round of 16 against Argentina. And after they got knocked out, his coach, some of his teammates, and almost every English fan blamed him for the defeat. So he knew that this was his chance to make it up to these guys. And as he struck it, Beckham knew he'd never hit another dead ball as important as this in his life again. Unbelievable! Can't script this stuff up. Beckham's goal legit sent a country to the World Cup. Crazy, because Ronaldo's free kick was trying to keep his country in it. Portugal versus Spain in the opening Group B game of the 2018 World Cup. And with 87 minutes gone, Portugal was losing 3-2 in a thriller. Ronaldo already bagged a brace, but Spain had come back twice to take the lead. And now, if they didn't score, they were going to lose. The team won a free kick as the clock ticked 88 minutes. And once Ronaldo got into position, he knew he was carrying the expectations of the entire Portugal on his back. So he took a deep breath, hit that signature CR7 free kick pose, and turned into Captain Clutch. A World Cup hat trick to rescue his team. Almost as impressive as the team he hit the subscribe button to Goal Zone.